Hello, I welcome you all for the webinar. Thanks for joining in. Today's topic is, can AI be used to simplify the process of test creation? It will be 1 hour session with 40 to 45 minutes of presentation and demo, followed by around 15 to 20 minutes of Q&A. So if you have any questions, please send them to us using the questions tab on your GoToWebinar control panel. Hi, I'm Anshuman Chatterjee. I'm a lead developer and automation architect at pCloudy, which is a part of Smart Software Testing Solutions. I have close to 8 years of experience and have been involved in automation tools and framework creation as a developer. Moreover, I have been responsible for the creation of all the pCloudy plugins for third-party tools. So without spending any further time, let us move on to the agenda for today. So the first will be a brief introduction for pCloudy, and then we'll try to have a small differentiation between what is AI and what is ML. Then we'll see some day-to-day tools that are AI based. We use them daily, but without even recognizing that they are based upon the artificial intelligence. Then we'll see what are the 5 stages of building an AI aware application. Then we'll try to identify some of the mobile icons using the machines and see what if the machine is wrong. Then we'll try to write a simple test case like a manual tester and its execution. So pCloudy is a leading mobile testing platform for developers as well as for testers. They can test their application on targeted region-specific smartphones and networks. We have close to 500 plus Android as well as iOS devices, and 7,000 plus developers and testers around the globe trust us. We are the market guide for mobile app test automation tools as per Gartner. We have our data centers at 4 locations, including India, the United States, Australia, and Philippines. So what is AI and what is ML? So AI is a technique which enables machines to mimic human behavior. What is mimicking human behavior? It means an AI machine can think like a human, it can work like a human, and it has the power to take its own decisions. And above all, learn from its mistakes provided a proper feedback is given. It is very similar to a child learning to walk for the first time. Whenever the child falls, he learns what he did wrong and tries to be more cautious the second time. Machine learning, however, is a subset of AI. The terms machine learning and AI are often used interchangeably, but machine learning is a subset of AI which uses statistical methods to enable machines to improve with experience. It is an application of AI that provides system the ability to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. Machine learning focuses on development of computer programs that can access data and use it to learn for themselves. With the advancement in technology, we are already connected to AI in one or the other way. Whether it is Siri on an iPhone or Alexa on your Amazon or Cortana on a Microsoft phone, yes, the technology is in its initial phase, and more companies are investing resources in machine learning, indicating a robust growth in AI products and apps in the near future. In the next few slides, I would be showing you some tools that we use in our day-to-day life without recognizing that they are AI based. So recently we see there is a feature of smart replies in Gmail. See this image where I have got an email from Karen where the subject line is pretty weird. It just says yes, and then the body contains no salutation but just thanks. Yes, let's do it. And then it contains a weird URL which doesn't means anything. And in the signature, it is just mentioned sent from my LG mobile. And Gmail suggests me to reply with one of the three suggestions. Let's do it, or I am in, or is no longer available. So here we can see that Gmail has suggested me two positive replies, let's do it, or I'm in, and one negative reply as well, it's no longer available. So how does Gmail does it? So Gmail has close to millions, no, million is a small number. Okay, billions, even smaller. Let's say lots and lots of data, lots and lots of emails Google Mail has, and it has analyzed them and it has created a model where by analyzing the body and the subject line, it knows what are the typical replies to these types of emails. And the first three or four most prominent replies it suggests back to us. The next is the mail follow-up reminders, again in Google Gmail. So here I got a mail a few days back from Heidi. She asked me to, hi, could you help me with some images on the website? And I didn't care to reply. So Google asked me, okay, this mail was received 3 days ago. Do you want to reply? So Gmail knows that the person Heidi, she wants me to reply with something on her email. So this is similar to a sentiment analysis. So Gmail knows the sentiment of this email, and that's why Gmail is suggesting me to reply, as I have not replied in the last 3 days. Chatbots are very common these days. Whenever we go to some support section of an application or a website, we are greeted by these small chatbots application. So here's a small example from a hairstylist. So I just said hi. So the reply was, hi Owen. So probably my number was already registered with this stylist. That's why the bot knew that my name is Owen. So the reply was, hi Owen, welcome to the Sobo Stylist Booking Bot demo by Loyalty Bots. Try me. Which service would you like to book? So I replied, this is a normal messenger mail. So cut and blow dry, Euro 50. Okay, which day? The bot asks. I reply, Tuesday, 10th January. And then the bot says, what time? So I say, okay, 6 p.m. and my booking is done. So I never interacted with a human. I just interacted with a bot, and the bot was using NLP probably in the backend, and it knew that I need what type of haircut and when and on what date I wanted the booking on, and it booked the time slot and said that I'll send you a reminder here the day before. Great, that was a chatbot. Okay, where else? We see a lot of product recommendations in Amazon, Flipkart, Alibaba. So all these things are just, they are also BI. So Amazon knows that customers who bought maybe a earphone, they are also interested in buying a case for the headphones, or the charging adapters, or some similar headphones for the partner maybe. So all those recommendations this Amazon is making us, this is all through AI. What else? Again, traffic details in Google Maps. So here I wanted to go from Ruby's Diner to these galleries, and that was just a 2 miles of distance. And Google suggested me that it will take 4 minutes. Why will it take 4 minutes for this 2 miles? Because there was a traffic. This traffic was a moderate traffic, so it showed me the blue line, and wherever there was a traffic, it showed me in orange. Had it been a traffic jam or a heavy traffic area, it would have showed me in red. So how does Google knows it that where today's jam and where there is a slow moving traffic? So Google has again lots and lots of data. Maybe Google knows that at this time period, there's typically a slow movement of traffic, or maybe it is aligning its weather forecasts in that area, or maybe it knows that there's a signal, that there's a traffic light over there. So by combining all these inputs, all these data and processing it, Google has created an awesome model which can help us with directions as well as the times and the traffic information. Then all of us, we use cabs, whether it's Uber or something else. So Uber provides me a competitive pricing for cab journeys. So Uber exactly knows where am I standing by creating a location aware app, and Uber knows that a person standing at the airport is willing to pay a higher price for that 5 miles of journey rather than a person who is standing at a bus stop. So this is again, Uber has collected a lot of data, a typical riding pattern, and then Uber can quote me different prices for the same journey. Then commercial airlines. Okay, so you might be surprised to discover how little flying your friendly pilot actually does in the cockpit. A survey of the airline Boeing 777 reported pilots spend only 7 minutes manually flying the plane during a typical flight, with much of the rest being done by AI technology. So I hope this AI demo goes well. Otherwise, many of you might rethink, replan your journeys by flights. But just chill. It's all controlled. Don't give that look to your pilot the next time you see them. Let's talk about Facebook's proactive detection. So in November 2017, Facebook launched a proactive detection feature that scans posts to detect patterns that may indicate if a user may be considering self-harm. When it detects suicidal thinking patterns, the AI-powered programs sends mental health resources to the person and sometimes also to his friends. So Facebook supports this AI program with human resources such as trained moderators, partnership with local mental health organizations, and local first responders when appropriate. So see the beauty. You post anything in Facebook, and it is just analyzing your data continuously. Facebook knows that if a person is in a suicidal state, what types of websites or what types of references or what types of posts does the person does. So by analyzing all those data, Facebook can actually prevent someone who is suicidal by sharing the information with his friends and family. Okay, Pinterest. So it can find the thoughts that you need. So some random people can just pin in their thoughts, and Pinterest knows, okay, what is your mood today and whatever you want to see, it can show you the perfect suggestion. Sajam. It can listen to a portion of music playing in your background to find out the song album artist. So, what do you think? So is the jam just measuring the frequencies and the amplitudes of whatever wave and file, whatever MP3 file it's playing in the background, and it is matching with all the available music database? No, it's not doing that. It's probably converting the music that it sees into different genres, different album, the artist, whether male or female, what is the ethnicity of the music, and then it's trying to filter out, okay, whatever is the music it's playing in the background. The last one is X-ray feature in Amazon Prime. This is my personal favorite. So whenever you pause an Amazon Prime video, it shows you the information about the cast, the characters, music, photos, and other bonus materials which are present within a few frames of the video where you have paused. So here in the example, I've paused the season 1, episode 1 of Tom Clancy's Jack Ram in 33 minutes 8 seconds, and whatever the characters are there in the screen, you can get all the details along with their casts and some general trivia, and music information is also shown if that is a music file. So this we can figure out that it is doing some sort of image processing in the back end. But yeah, this feature is pretty cool. Now let us see how an AI platform can be built. So building an AI platform is a 5-step process. So get data. This is the most toughest of all things that I feel, because you just don't have to get data. You have to gather lots and lots of data. Then you have to prepare it according to your model. Then you have to train the model. Then you have to test your model with the sample data where you already know the answer, and check wherever the model has performed good and wherever the model has performed bad. And then you have to learn and improve. When I say learn and improve, the model is getting improved. So for an example, I can feed in a lot of data about the apple, what's its color, what's its shape, how does it looks like, what it tastes like, and some other fruits as well. And then ask my AI system whether this is an apple. Okay, probably it should be able to answer that yes, this is an apple. And maybe after some more sessions of training, I can ask the model about the Apple computer's logo, that whether this is an apple. And then it's the beauty if your model is perfect enough to judge, yeah, this too looks like an apple. Next, we have created a small video where we try to identify a few images that are frequently used in mobile application domain. We have collected tens of thousands of apps from Android and iOS application stores and tried to fetch out the object properties along with the images. We have tried to train our AI. We have tried to train our AI baby to walk, fall, and rise. Now let's try to identify some common images using the machine. So I've already mentioned my server endpoint, and this is the image folder which contains lots of random images. So I'll just start the video. This is the folder. Now I'll start the test. So this is a drop, which I think there is a water drop, and the AI also thinks that there is a drop, and with a 96% accuracy. Next is the contacts with 98% accuracy. This again is the contacts, good, 99%. This looks like a date, okay, calendar, 96%. This looks like a message, edit message, okay. The percentage has dropped, 89%. Now there's a cart, shopping cart. Yes, there's a drop again, okay. Let's check out another one. There's an edit, okay, yeah, there's an edit image. This again is an edit image with an 85% of accuracy. What about this? AI thinks with 81% of surety that was an edit. There's a shopping cart, okay, 62%. There's a contacts, okay. This again is a shopping cart. Okay, what does AI thinks? AI thinks is a document. No, this is not a document. Let us provide a feedback. Bad computer, bad computer. This is not a document. There's a contacts icon. Okay, the good thing is the AI now says, sorry, master, I will perform better next time. Okay, now let us start giving the AI model feedback. So with more and more feedbacks, okay, that this is good and this is bad, this your decision is here, your decision is correct, here your decision is bad. So the AI model gets improvised. So this is the training or the feedback that we were talking about. So with more and more training, this layer gets trained and this layer gets better. So as we are talking, my model in the backend is continuously getting trained and it's getting better. So probably the next time I'll try out with the similar images where it was showing a lesser percentage, maybe 80%, it should show a better accuracy. Okay, so here we learn that it's very important for an AI application to get proper feedbacks. So if it's correct, you should say good computer, like it, like you train your dog or your pet. And if it is not, you have to provide a feedback, bad computer. Okay, let's move to another slide. So here we have written a simple test case that a manual tester will create. So the simple test case looks like an initialize application, open application, then click on the menu hamburger button, maybe wait for the guest user if there is no logged in user, then click on the home icon, then maybe if there's a search text box and type pcloudy, maybe click on view all offers, then maybe swipe up to big billion day, then click on billion via OCR, click on back button. So this is what typically a manual tester will create. So we have got some keywords like click, wait, type, swipe, initialize, and then we have some objects where we have to perform the action on. And now the AI engine, whatever we have, whatever we want to test our applications on, it should be intelligent enough to create something out of it. Okay, so what's next? Question: can a machine execute the previous test case? Let me go back to the previous test case. Click on the menu hamburger icon, wait for guest user, click on home. Do you think a machine can execute it? It's showtime. Let's see. So here I'm seeing a pcloudy device. This is a real pcloudy device, and I've already installed the application, which is sort of instrumented over here. So this is a sample application that we have created. So I also have a simple Java program that I'll put over here and try to give the inputs one by one. Okay, so as a manual tester, what do we see? So maybe as a manual tester, I want to click on the mobile icon. Click on the mobile icon. So as soon as I press enter, it should actually process what type of sentence is this, what type of keyword is actually used, and it should try to find where the mobile icon is. So this should be pretty simple, right? Yep, it has clicked the mobile icon. Let's go back now. This should be pretty simple as well, because mobile was written and back was written. We have got the buttons. Okay. What about this icon? It is showing broadband, but we know this icon more as a data card. So let's try click on data card. What happens now? Is my AI engine powerful enough to recognize that this is a data card? Yes, it recognizes that the label of this image is broadband, but this image looks more like a data card. So good computer, very good computer. Again, click on back. Let's now try to type some text. Type pcloudy on the search text box. This is how a manual tester will write, correct? Let's see whether my engine is efficient enough to write. Yeah, it knows how it's done. Okay, now let's try to click on menu. So here menu is nowhere written. It is also known as hamburger icon or the burger icon. So let's see if my AI engine recognizes what is the purpose of this menu button. Yeah, it has highlighted. Okay, now let's click on home again. Again, the home was clicked. Now I want to show you some more keywords. So I'll just try to click on view all offers. So whatever I'm typing, this you can also save in a .txt file by using your notepad. So your manual tester can create a script like this and pass it to the program so that it gets executed one by one, and you don't have to give your inputs one after the another. And this way, your manual tester is able to perform automation of 70% of your test cases without knowing whatever is getting changed, whatever are the object properties, what is getting changed, and whether the layout has been updated. Are there more layers to this application? Maybe the IDs or the XPaths have changed. You don't have to worry about it. So now let us try a swipe thing. So I cannot see whatever is down. So as a manual tester will write, swipe to midnight sale. So here, as per my requirement document, there had to be an offer like midnight sale, but I don't see it over here. So I'll say swipe to midnight sale, and let me see. Yeah, it swipes. So here you can see the midnight sale is there. Now, suppose I want to click on this image. I don't know the ID, I don't know the XPath. So because I'm a manual tester, right? I don't knows all those techie things, and there is a good chance that I don't have access to the application when I'm creating the test cases as well. Maybe I'm just performing test-driven development in my organization, and I'm just writing the test cases. So let me try. Click on wow using maybe OCR, because this is not a generic image. So let us see whether my engine is able to click on the wow sale over here. Yeah, it clicked. Right. So I think this is okay. So this was all on an iPhone device. I'll just release this device, and we can see that on the iPhone device, our AI engine, so it is the same engine that we show giving the feedbacks to. That's the same engine running on another server, on a Intel NUC server. We have running it now, and it ran correct. So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them towards me by using this questions tab. And next, I'll also show you a similar demo on Android. So because whatever we have created, the AI server, it doesn't knows whether it is an Apple phone, it is an Android phone, or maybe it is a web application. What is it knows that yes, this is a data card icon. This is a telephone icon. This is a menu icon. And it knows how to do OCRs. It knows what are the test cases. It knows how to analyze a test case. It knows how to check, okay, this is your action, this is your keyword. So all types of NLP and those things are built into it. So you don't need to worry about that is an Android or that is an iOS. So here I have one Lenovo device as well with me. So I'll connect onto that. And again, I'll open up my program. Okay, so I see a similar kind of look and feel in the iOS as well as the Android device. So this is a Lenovo K6 Power device. So the application has a similar look and feel. So ideally, my similar test case should work on both Android and iOS, given that the look and feel are the same. So okay, let me try to the same with the same thing. Click on mobile. Yep. So the same input, click on mobile, that works on iOS as well as on Android, because the look and feel of my application is the same. Now let me click on back. Okay, so it has clicked on back. What if I say, okay, tap on globe, not global, tap on globe. So the creator of this application has chosen to give the label internet to this globe icon, but as a manual tester, I will call it globe. Tap on globe. So now my engine should be intelligent enough to differentiate between what is internet and what is globe. Yeah, this was the globe icon. Click on back maybe. So here you can see how seamlessly you can create your test cases, and the AI server should be able to cover up 70% of your test cases, which doesn't need much of the complexity involved in mobile application testing. And you get rid of your object identifications. the XPaths, the IDs, and the fear of applications getting upgraded, due to which your test case will start failing. Because a manual tester will always say, okay, this functionality is still working, but as an automation tester, you will say, array, the IDs got updated or the XPath got updated. That's why my tests have started breaking. So let us try with a type text. Again, instead of pcloudy, let me say Anshuman on the search text box. Does this work? Yeah, the type text also works. Now let us say like click on view all. Suppose, yeah, there's an interesting fact as well. Suppose my test case was created when instead of view all offers, this button was view all. Okay, so now suppose this application has been updated, but my test case remains, and there's only a single view all button which has renamed to view all offers, so it will give the priority intelligently to this button. So let us check if view all works. Yeah, it works. So now let's say go back Android, go back. So it should able to mimic the hard key of the Android device. So here is what I'm covered up with this device demo on device, and I'll release this device quickly and we'll come back to PPT. So showtime is now almost over. So now I want you to hit me with the questions that you have. So this was a small teaser of what we are trying to achieve in this forum through our pcloudy devices. And guys, I'll give you uh, some moment to think and type your questions, and we'll try to answer as much as possible. For any questions that we cannot attend in this session, so we'll try to come back as soon as possible. Where you write the commands? Where did you write the commands? Did you have a Bitbucket or Git repo to run the code in local? Okay, so where did you write the commands is from Anil. So Anil, I was writing the commands in a terminal, which was again a Java program. I was giving it through the input stream. So instead of writing the commands in the terminal, you can create a text file, as I've already mentioned, and you can get that in your, you can save it as a test case file in the .txt format, and then you can give it as an input argument to my Java program so that it gets executed. So the Java program is just the 5% of what we are doing here. The main part is the backend where the AI server is running. So it has got all the logics of getting your NLPs done, to getting your OCRs uh, done, and recognizing whatever icons are there. It has got a large while icon repositories. So do you have any Bitbucket or Git repo for run code in local? So this is from Roshan. So Roshan, we have our code hosted in the Git repository, but it is currently in a private repo. So it is not accessible to public, but yeah, if you are interested, then we can surely have another demo, and probably I can give you an alpha build in maybe a couple of days. What else? Are you writing the manual steps in IDE? If so, what IDE it's supposed? Do we need to write associated methods for my application? Okay, so again, there is a question from Ravi. So there's a similar question that we don't need an IDE. It can all be a simple notepad file, where a simple text file where you can input the test case in one liner. So everything is a command which is getting processed by the server in the backend. So either you can have some REST queries, REST APIs, you can send it like a post, or maybe you can give it as a file, or you can have it in the interactive mode as we have just seen. So whatever IDE you want to use, maybe it is in Python, or maybe it is in .NET, or maybe Java. So whatever that thing is that you are saying IDE, that is just the 5% of it. You don't need anything over there. You just need small connectors, and everything goes back to your AI server to get processed, and that AI server is responsible for performing your actions. Thanks, Ravi. Thanks for your questions. So how do you get the data of the apps? So that's an curious and intelligent questions. So sir, we have close to 10,000s of applications from the Google and Apple stores, and there are some other programs that run 24 into 7 on those applications, which install the applications on our device cloud, try to get the details of the application objects and the object images, and then we have created a repository where we have close to 50 lakhs of icons as of now, and we have that repository, and we use that repository daily to train our AI model, and it is getting better day by day. And we also have uh, we have some plans to host some of the part as an application where users can submit icons, and they can get rewarded in some form. So how can I pitch this to client? Okay, so Soil, this might be a tough question for me because I'm a core techie guy, but let me think. How do you pitch this to the client? First, you have to ask your client what is his problem. Is he able to write a single test case on Android and iOS, or even if he's facing some challenges, is he, if he's following the TDD frameworks, test driven development, and before even that, is your client or the application, it is ready for AI, or do you even need this AI thing to do you even want your manual testers to write your test cases? If some of the answers to the above question is yes, then I think you can pitch this to the client. Okay, now I'm getting some of the technical questions. Can the same instructions be used in other platforms on similar applications other than Android and iOS? That's correct. That was from Deepti. Okay, are you using neural networks? Yes, we are using convolutional neural networks. That is but all in the backend. That is already taken care of. Okay, do you support multi-device script for same test script? Yeah, you can. pCloud supports execution on multiple devices, so that's a yes. Is AI logic independent of platform? Like I can integrate it with Java and C Sharp? Yeah, Gaurav, I have answered that question already. Yes, you can. That the AI logic is independent of platform. That's all call based. So you can ask our AI server of what the icons are, what the images are, whether it can perform an OCR, or you can ask our AI server where the object in the current page lies. So my AI server can tell you, okay, it lies on this much coordinate inside this much object bounds. Any known alternative that can be implemented in C Sharp instead of Java? Yeah, so the Java part is just the 5% of it. We can rewrite it in C Sharp or any other language. It's all like API calls. Okay, so an interesting question from Nikhil. So AI is associated with large amount of data. I did not see this in the showtime. So Nikhil, I told uh, I told this a few minutes earlier that yeah, you need lots and lots of data, and whatever we have shown you in today's teaser, that was all done in a pre-built model. So my executions for training the model is going on, and that's like a huge database. And we have spent some good amount of time collecting the data over the past few months now, and we are still collecting it. Okay, what is the training score of this model? So currently it's around 94.86%, and whatever we are trying to achieve, it's at least above 97%. So whatever I have learned is anything about above 95% is a good enough data and good enough percentage, and it will probably we will be improving our model over the next few weeks with more and more data coming from probably you guys, if you are willing to help and willing to contribute. Okay, so another question from Shares. So if we write 100 number of test cases in a notepad, does it execute one by one with no human help? So Shares, that is an ideal situation where you write hundreds of test cases and with no human help, my model executes all of your test cases. It executes one by one, but at some point of time, the AI model, as I said in the demo, it's the baby. It's learn as much as you teach it, as much as you feed it. So you have to give some sort of feedbacks. So whenever my model says no, whenever my model commits a mistake, you have to say, remember I said na, bad computer. You have to say that in an API, and I promise the next time when you execute your test cases, the AI model should behave in a better way. So yes, once we achieve that maturity, that my model is like 99% accurate, then probably out of your 100 test cases, 99 test cases will run. But as of now, you, before starting, you might need some of the training data, maybe your applications or the AOT that you are talking about, that is some domain specific, and we don't have the labels for that particular domain. So probably first, in the first 3 to 4 days, we need to run a program where this training will occur, and we will need some human help. Maybe you or someone from your organization, or maybe if you can pass that info, that application to us, so maybe we can train our models. Once the training happens, then my model will improve, and it will start accepting the labels that you use your in your applications, the images, the OCRs that you use in your application, it should be able to improvise. How much programming knowledge is needed for a tester to do model training and prediction? So you don't need any programming knowledge, as I have shown. It's all text-based test cases. So ideally, you don't need any programming knowledge to execute a test case. However, for the model training and prediction, that is what we take care of. So if you want to build your own model, you can have it, but it requires a good level of programming, and preferably on Python instead of Java.NET. So if you want to have your own model, so we have created our models in Python, and that's all running in microservices mode in a separate servers. So is there any other source of data set you used? Yes, first we started by getting the data set from a couple of data sets from Kaggle that already has some of the data hosted. In early days, the test.ai data helped us as well, but it was all like monotone colored, and then we evolved and we created our own data sets. We have plans to publish that in Kaggle as well. So guys, we see only a few minutes left for the webinar. Questions? Okay. How does this use in automation? Okay, so we often found that some objects have no descriptive properties such as text or ID, but user knows that what type of object is it. So a manual tester, we in our day-to-day life, we know, okay, this is the hamburger icon, there's a menu icon, there's a back button, there's a left arrow, then you have to swipe towards right. We all know these types of terms, but seeing an application, we don't know what is the XPath, what is the ID, what is the text, maybe that is not available. So this is how the AI portion works with your, maybe in your existing automation or as a standalone one. So guys, again, I want to reiterate that this AI technology, this will not uh, eradicate the need of testing, and this will not cover up 100% of your test cases. Wherever you will be having complex test cases, maybe take some data from something and validate the OTPs, all those things, probably you will still need other automation frameworks. But yeah, the AI is evolving, the AI world is evolving, and so are we. So probably in the next couple of quarters, you can be more dependent on AI, like I said in the PPT first. So 7 minutes of manual aircraft flying, and then AI takes over. So that 7 minutes is still needs to be done, but then the AI can take over. Is the pCloudy model chargeable? What are the features and pricing? Can you share the links? So Nikhil, I don't have an answer for that yet, but if you are talking about the pCloudy cloud, so you can sign up and get around 100 minutes of free usage, and you can try out the platform. But if you are saying about this AI model, so we are still in the alpha phase. So we are giving this to some of the clients, some of the known clients, so that it is run under a controlled environment. And probably once this model gets more matured, I can come up with the with the features and more pricing information that you have asked for. So is it possible to test one test case? There need to use two application. So okay, if there, Roshan, correct me if I'm wrong. So I assume that you are saying that you have a single test case, but you have two different applications, and the single test case is valid for both the applications. And you want to, in the single test case, you want to move between your applications. So perform a few steps on application one and perform the rest of the steps on application two. Correct me if I'm wrong. If this is your scenario, then yes, that is possible because the AI server doesn't even know that whether you are running it on an iOS application or on an Android application or on a web platform. So the answer to you, buddy, is yes. Yeah. For example, in your question, like the Amazon and Flipkart, they might have a similar kind of functionality, or maybe the signups that we are seeing through social networking, maybe the Facebook sign up, the Google sign up, they all may be simple. They all have the same functionality. So yes, your single test case should work on both the application. And probably if you are asking about creating a model, like choose some random products and add it to the cart. So yes, Amazon has a shopping cart, and Flipkart has a shopping cart. So yes, that's possible. Guys, we have some of the questions left that I would be probably sharing you later on. Uh, Let me take a last question. So I'll try to answer one of the most technical questions that I'm seeing over here. Let me just quickly go through all of your queries and I'll just check it out. Okay, I cannot answer this question to the fullest, but yes, we are using Python and our model is based on Google's TensorFlow, and that is like Inception V3 model for the image recognition. And for the OCR thing, we are still using Google Vision. So guys, thank you for your time. I think we are now on the edge, and rest of the questions are lengthy and I'll have to come up. Okay, the last one from Roshan. Can you please guide me about my application security that I'm testing on your device? So Roshan, that is a different dimension altogether that has nothing to do with the current AI approach of testing that I have uh, said. Although we in the same organization, one another team is already working on a predictive testing which contains some security things that you might be interested on. So probably I can share you a PPT for that. That was a webinar Avinash gave a few months back. Probably you will be benefited by that PPT and by that webinar, and you can probably find it on YouTube, or else I'll share that with you. So thank you everyone. Thanks for your time and thank you for attending. if you love it, if you want to see more of it, you can send us your comments or your suggestions and your likes. We love it. Thank you.